everyone, welcome to Eating with the Alexanders. I'm Kel,
I'm CJ.
and today we have Greek food from Zeus's. And I love Zeus. So we have pita bread, we have hummus, we have extra hummus here, rice, feta salad, feta salad, shawarma chicken, and
Lamb.
I never pronounce it correctly. I think they say it's gyro.
Euro.
I call it gyro.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then we have meat pies here, and then we have, I think this is tzatziki sauce. I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah. So we have our drinks, and we are about to dig in because we are hungry.
Yeah.
And if you hear the noise in the background, that's our baby in the mama room. She is 11 weeks old as of yesterday, and yeah, that's how we keep her quiet. So, but yeah. So how are you feeling today?
I'm good. I'm hungry. I'm
You
definitely
hungry?
hungry. Yeah, definitely. Days be flying, time flies.
Making a mess.
See if it's working.
I did my meat in the hummus because that's how I like it. Some of y'all gonna be like, why is she doing that? It's good.
Yeah, the rice good. So we noticed that certain Zeus restaurants, they different. They're so different. Some of them season their food different than the other ones. This was pretty good though.
Yeah, it's a chain, but everybody adds their own little flavor. You okay? I feel like she's gonna answer me, but you know.
Yeah, the hummus good.
You know, some sodas are flat, but okay. So we attempted to film our first video the other day, but our 3-year-old woke up and he had a tantrum, so that was a no-go. And we had a seafood boil, and it was so good. Oh
Yeah,
man,
it was.
I don't think we're gonna show that video though. It was kind of, we rambled on. I don't know. But when we were doing the video, we were talking about how we met. So you want to start there, or like, what do you want to talk about? No, you start the story.
No, you gotta start. You gotta start how we met. Yeah. Originally, we met through a mutual friend. Her friend. That she knew for a long time.
Mutual friend, so he's both of our friends.
It was in high school. Y'all went to middle school or just high school?
It was high school.
Since high school. And me and him met in college, and we just got real cool. And he wanted us to meet. He was like, man, I got a friend. That's just real cool. And he said, I don't know why. He said, I feel like y'all two just need to meet. That's how he said it, point blank. He was like,
It was weird, because I was like,
he was like, I just feel like y'all need to meet. I'm like, all right, cool.
and I had a boyfriend, so I was like, meet for what?
Right, and I had a girlfriend at the time. He was like, man, y'all just gotta be peace. I think y'all just be cool. Like, your personalities, knowing you, knowing her.
This sounds bad. We didn't cheat.
No.
We were not trifling.
No.
We just,
You know, back in the day, it was like, people
everybody
had
was
friends.
cool with
Everybody was
everybody.
cool, yeah. You had friends, or you meet other people through other people. Everybody was just cool.
The way it was I used to give my friends a lot of advice. They would all come to me, so it's like, who called me Dr. Phyllis? I think somebody called me Dr. Phyllis. It was a joke. But my friends would give me, I would give my friends advice. And like, that's what I would do. So he was like, yeah, I want you to meet my boy Mill, because did we say our names? Yeah, CJ. Okay. So I call him CJ, but his real name is Milton. I'm sorry. And I always laugh when I say it because I have an uncle Milton. So I can't call him Milton. I can't do it. And my name is Kelnisha. Kelnisha. So I go by Kel. Yeah. So anyway, where did I stop? Oh, so he was like, yeah, I have this friend I want you to meet. I'm like, I have a boyfriend. And he was like, yeah, but just to be cool, you know, it's nothing. I want you to give him some advice. So I said, all right. No, I didn't say all right. I was like, I don't know this dude.
Yeah.
I had an attitude because I felt like he was secretly trying to set me up with somebody. So I was like, I don't know this dude, what I look like. Dr. Phil or Dr. Phyllis. That's what I said. I said, do I look like Dr. Phyllis to you? I don't know this dude. I do not want to talk to one of your little whack friends. I was like, no. No, man, just talk to him. Just talk to him. I want you to give him some advice. And this girl he's dating. And I was like, I don't know that dude. I don't want to talk to him. No. He was on the phone. Our mutual friend had him on three-way.
Yeah, I just had him phone music.
So he was like, man, he on the phone. And I was like, okay. Like, I wasn't embarrassed. I was like, oh, all right. I was like, hey, and you were like, what were you thinking?
I was like, this girl real, huh?
Did you think I was real? Did you think you didn't think I was real at that point? You were just like,
I know you, but I was like, she honest. She said you was honest. She said you was a very straightforward person.
okay, I'll take straightforward. I mean, I'm honest too, but
yeah.
I guess what I was getting at is like, what was your first impression when I was like, I don't want to talk to one of your little whack friends?
Being honest. You know, it's about an honest opinion.
I know that comes across as mean, but I was like, no. I didn't want to give advice to somebody I didn't know.
Good, y'all.
Huh?
It was good.
Yo, I used to take on everybody's drama, and it was like, it got to the point, so I was like, no. We were in college at this point. I was like, I don't have time for this. Like, I don't want to take on somebody's drama that I don't know. Like, I'm an empath. I mean, I know that's like a new trendy word, but no, like, for real, y'all. Like, I can take on somebody's energy, like, whatever they're going through and stuff like that. It's like, I got to deal with that later once I make sure they're feeling okay. I'm dealing with the emotions from that conversation long after I've made them feel better. So I'm like, I got enough. At that point, I had learned to say nope. I'm not giving people advice that I don't know. No. Those of you who give a lot of advice and who are empaths, you know, taking on everybody else's energy is not always good for you. Like, what they're going through, taking on everybody else's problems. Anyway, I'm rambling. So I said that, and then CJ was like, hello. And I was like, oh, he on the phone. I was like, all right. But I wasn't embarrassed because he was on the phone, because that's what it was. So then you want to tell them what why you needed advice?
I was dating this chick. Yeah, she was kind of crazy. But my homeboy was like, he was like, bro, I feel like you should get her perspective, because he's like, she's honest, straightforward, and, you know, you better tell you about a female than a female. And it was a long distance relationship. So I was like, all right, cool. Because he kept bragging, you know, she's cool, she's straightforward, bro. Like, she will give you, whether you want to hear it or not, she will tell you it straight up. Like, cool, you know, that's the best advice people could give you, whether you want to hear it or not, if it's the truth.
Right.
So that's why, and he was like, she had to give him plenty of advice on, you know, like you said, you.
Thing is, I gave good advice.
But you know, some people don't.
But my relationships sucked. Like back then, like, somebody needed to give me advice. I'm serious. Like, sometimes you know what to tell other people, but you don't know what to do in your situation. But I will say, I was never the type of person to give somebody advice that I wouldn't take for myself.
Right.
I just didn't know how to deal with the situations I was in at the time that I was in it. I don't know. Anyway, we're 33. I'll be 34 in December, and he'll be 34 in March. Whatever.
What? Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm robbing the cradle with 3 whole months. Let me tell you, he's a little old.
So it was crazy. He was like, so after that conversation, I remember he was like, man, did you tell me where you work? I remember Toys R Us. Yeah.
I used to work at Toys R Us. Oh man, I miss Toys R Us. We met at Toys R Us. So then after that conversation, our friend was like, I want y'all to meet. I was like, why is he pushing for this? Like, I kind of felt like it was disrespectful, because I was like, dude, no, I got a boyfriend. Was I dating him? Yeah, I was dating him. The relationship was rocky, but I still had a boyfriend, and I respected that to the end. Yeah. But I will say that prior to this conversation and prior to meeting him, me and the guy had broken up before, and I told God that I was tired of, like, relationships that just did not work. And I was like, I'm not the type of person that has to be in a relationship. Now, granted, my views have changed since I've gotten married, but I prayed and told God, look, if I'm gonna end up being in relationships that aren't good for me, I'd rather be single than deal with that. And I was like, God, I don't have to be in a relationship, but if you have somebody for me, then I want you to send that person, because I'm done. Like, I was done trying and just kind of staying with somebody because it was familiar, but I knew it wasn't working out. I don't know.
I know everybody can raise their hand to that. Like, man, you think about things back in the day, relationships or just life, you're like, man, why did I do that? Or why did I? You know, but I know everybody changed. You're like, man, looking back at a lot of things, you're like, why? Why did I go through that? Or why did I do that? It's crazy. I mean, you just live and you learn. That's why I say you always life lessons every day. You learn it every day.
Man, I was dumb for this dude, man. Like, not dumb like as in letting him like do whatever he wanted, but I don't know, man. I was dumb. It goes back to that whole empath thing. He was good at manipulating my feelings, and I would always feel sorry for him. Oh, poor him, was him. Loaning money. Oh, man. It's not even getting to that, because I got so mad at this dude one time because he owed me money, like my ex, that I was about to commit a crime. My brother had to talk me out of it. Like, I was like, either you gonna give me my money or I'm gonna cause some damage worth that amount. my brother had to talk me out of it. I was so mad. Like,
Jasmine Sullivan.
No, like I'll bust the windows out your car. No. This is what ticked me off. And I'm a Sagittarius. I can go from 0 to 100. I can be the sweetest person in the world, but don't. I told him I needed my money back because I loaned it to him with the understanding that he would give it back to me before I moved into my first apartment. And I had 6 months worth of rent saved up and gave him majority of it. And I told him I would need it back before I moved into my apartment. Now that's dumb. That's dumb. Like, I feel real stupid saying that out loud. So as that time is coming, he was like, I don't have it. And I think we were broken up at that time. Yeah, that was after we met. So me and the dude had like broke up for the final time. We had broken up for the final time. And he was like, I don't have it. And I was like, no, I really need it. Like, I wanted to pay my rent and this. And dude laughed at me. He laughed.
Took it to the upper room.
Yo, I was so mad. I wanted to fight. 0 to 100. I remember, this is gonna tell our age. My MySpace song changed. I was so mad. My MySpace song changed to who was that?
Trend Zero.
That was
My mama.
My mama used to tell me about these
Girl.
broke roaching a blanks in these streets.
Yeah, my mama.
That's what it says, roaching. That man, I went.
Everybody know MySpace. If y'all remember MySpace, you know the age.
Yeah.
MySpace used to go hard. I don't care
when you would
said.
click on somebody's profile, you would have your own song, like depending on your mood or whatever. So that was my song. My mama used to tell me about it. So like instantly, he and our mutual friend were like, what happened to Kel?
Yeah.
Kel done changed her song to like this hood song, and she mad.
She had a happy song. You know, you go to her page, you jamming while you looking on her page. Then you go to that, it's like, whoa.
So they calling, and I'm like not trying to talk to nobody, because I used to keep a bat in my car, and her name was Betty, and me and Betty were about to go have some fun, because my ex didn't want to give me my money back. And my older brother was like, my older brother was like, no, girl, you're gonna go to jail. I wasn't thinking rationally at the time, but he calmed me down before I left his house, because we didn't have internet at the time at my mom's house. And basically at that time I was right about to move into my first apartment. We didn't have internet at the time at my mom's house, so I would go to my brother's house, which was like 5 minutes away, and go use the computer at his house. So I was just going off. I was so mad my brother calmed me down. So I manipulated my ex the way he's always manipulated me. and got my money back by making him think I wanted to get back in a relationship with him. It wasn't all my money. And then when he gave it to me, I was kind of like, see ya, sucker.
Took a settlement. Huh?
Yeah. He said I took a settlement. I mean, it was kind of understood because I didn't want to deal with him no more. The dude was like, I'll make payments to you, $20 a week or no, I think he said $20 a month. I didn't want to have to deal with him that much longer. I was like, no, we're gonna cut our losses. I'm good. Anyway, I don't want to harp on that. So,
when we finally met,
oh yeah.
fast forward to Tarzan around.
Mhm. This was
We never saw
before
each
the
other.
apartment.
Yeah, we never saw each other. So
Mhm.
my friend, me and him went. I think after school, around like 4 something, 5.
They told me they were gonna swing by too.
So I didn't know she looked at. So when we got there, he was like, he was looking. He was like, oh, look, she right there. She up in there. Electronics. She was at the counter, checking somebody out. I'm like, all right. I'm thinking he coming in with me. I walk in, I look back, he gone. I don't even see him no more.
He set you up
I'm
for the
like-
kill.
I'm like, this dude.
Nah, don't that sound suspicious?
I'm like, this dude
Our
tripping,
friend
man.
is like, I want to introduce y'all so y'all could be cool as friends. So why, whenever they're coming into my department, I used to work in the video game department. Everybody that used to work at Toys R Us knows it's called R Zone. I'm in R Zone. He sends him in there. It's 15 minutes, maybe 15 minutes before closing time. He sends him in there by himself. Why? Why is he hiding? Why is our mutual friend hiding? He was trying to set him up for the kill.
So I'm like, all right. Once he pointed it out, I went up. He was showing somebody else, so I went down the aisle, look at some video games. I'm like, all right. When she finished, we'll come ask for help. If I come ask her, I need help. I'm making like I'm looking at some video games. I look up. I didn't see at the register. She didn't even come back with help. Go, was gone. I don't know where you went.
And you for help?
Huh? Where you went?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't go ask you for help.
Yeah, I thought once you checked the person out and you
Mhm.
saw me, I thought, you probably be like, oh, you need help with something or whatever.
That's not how it happened.
What?
When I was done, he was the only person left in my department.
Right?
And I'm looking at him, looking at me, and I'm like, who is this? Is this a random customer? Or did they stop by to come and visit? And I had never seen him before, and my friend wasn't with him, so I'm like, who is he?
Right.
All right, cool, whatever. I'm thinking he's a random customer. But in my head, I was like, I bet that's CJ. I don't know. So anyway, I never heard him speak, never seen him before, or anything like that. I heard him speak only on the phone the night before. I'm walking up to him, and instead of being like, I need help, or hey, or asking a question, he just stared at me like, no, like that weirded me out because I'm like, I had just had a customer that day, and I asked the guy if he needed help, and he was like, yeah, what's your favorite game? And I'm like, I don't know, I haven't played video games in a while. What do you like? What are you looking for? Like, what can I help you with? Whatever game you like. That's what the dude said. I'm like, but you don't, I'm not going to be the one playing the game. What do you need help with, sir? That boy said, I want whatever you like so that whenever you come over to my house.
Bars are the game, man.
So that whenever you come over to my house, I can have something you like. I was like, okay. I have a boyfriend, so I won't be going to your house. And he was like, well, then why you over here flirting with me then? I was like, I asked you if you needed help. Like, all right, dude, whatever. So I was like, all right, I just walked away. So when he came in, I had already experienced that earlier. And I was just like, I'm not going through this today. It must be a full moon. They just had some crazy people out. I was like, no. And then I walk up to him, and he's not, hey. He's not like, can you help me find something? He's just looking. So I started, okay, so he's like this at the end of the aisle. And I walked up to him. He didn't say anything. He's just looking, like, and so I just walked off. I just walked off the opposite direction. So then Glenn, I said, that's our mutual friend's name. He walks in and he's like laughing, like, oh, she played you. And I'm like, dude, I didn't even know who he was, but like, he didn't even ask for help. So then he was like, I was like, oh, so you're CJ. So that's how we met.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You didn't think about that. You're like, wow, sounds crazy.
He said I looked at him like he. Like,
I was thinking something. Like, I swear. Then she was having a rough day, like she said. She's explaining later. Like, first I was like, the reason I didn't say that at first, I was like, okay, she gonna come up extra help, and then I'm gonna put it on her like that, who I am. Mm-hmm. I guess when I didn't say anything, that girl just swerved on me, like she was like, I'm like, he must not need help. I'm good.
Basically, extra help.
So it was funny. So yeah, my homeboy.
Like, at the end of the night,
my homeboy come back laughing. He when I look back, he looking behind her. I'll look at it, I'm like, this dude. So he came in there laughing, and we all laugh and clown about it. She was like, oh, we introduced each other, ourselves and stuff. So after that, we waited till she got off. And she was like, what y'all getting into? We were like, man, we're gonna eat that Raging Cane. We were like, I think did it just come down here or no? I know it hadn't been down here long. I know it was kind of like the new.
Cane's was our spot.
Yeah, Cane's, man.
So we were like, we gonna eat at
Cane's. We definitely gonna do a Cane's.
Yeah, Mukbang.
Man. Mukbang. Man, cause that Cane's is like, I don't know, it's kind of like, I don't know, it just got ties with us from the jump. And like literally after that, we all went to eat at Cane's for the first time. We all fell in love with it, and it was crazy. What? Cane's is good. That was my first time having Cane's.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was from a town, like, yeah, his town was like, what, 30, 40 minutes away from us?
Yeah.
So he would drive 30, 40 minutes away to come chill with us and eat Cane's.
Yeah.
I will say that he did come to school out here.
Yeah.
He did come to school out here. But every day, your mama was like, so you driving all that way to go to Cane's and hang out with this girl. Because after that, we got real cool.
Right.
But by the time, like, I was very honest with the guy I was dating. This was before the whole apartment situation or whatever. And I would tell him, met this dude through Glenn and, like, he cool people. Like, you should come hang out with us. And he was like, nah. He just wanted to smoke. He just wanted to go hang out and smoke weed. And that was what he did. I wasn't into that. I didn't do that. And I was just like, whatever, dude. So I gave him plenty of opportunities to come hang out with us. He never wanted to come hang out with us. Until things were, like, really, really rocky again. Then he was like, who is this dude? Like, it's funny because when he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do, that's when he got suspicious of you. And at the time, we were just cool. But anyway, me and old boy ended up breaking up again. Like in April. So I met him in March. Me and my boyfriend broke up for the final time in like April. And then you and your girlfriend broke up in like May, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was just crazy, man.
And like we just kept getting like more and more cool and stuff like that. And just we'd hang out more and more. And it just seemed like our spot was always Cane's. Like that's where we were always hanging out. So
okay, everybody like from school would hang out Cane's. Either it was McDonald's or Cane's, but we loved Cane's. Mm-hmm. We enjoyed the food and like just the atmosphere.
It was just chill.
And it was chill,
it
man.
It had that college vibe. Like
yeah,
everybody from college would be there.
Chilling.
You'd be studying, hanging out with your friends, whatever.
So that's why we love Cane's to this day. Still to this day. Mm-hmm. Still our favorite spot to go chill. We go chill in the booth that we used to all clown in. Yeah.
We don't do that much anymore.
Right, that one. We got 3 of them, actually.
Now we grown with kids. Like, we ain't got time to go chill at Cane's. But whenever we can,
we go sit down. We
go sometimes just for, like, memories. You know, like, just, like, old time's sake. So we have a 7-year-old. 7. No, we don't.
How about this?
We have a 6-year-old. He'll be 7 in April. We have a 3-year-old who will be 4 in April. And we have a 2-month-old. She was born August 14th, Brielle. Yep. So we have Zayden, Xavier. Zayden, 6-year-old, Xavier, 3-year-old, and Brielle, 2-month-old. And we love to show them on our channel, but I've been hearing that YouTube is getting more strict with showing kids, so
Yeah, we gotta look into that and see
Mm-hmm.
like all the ins and outs about that.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Oh, and if you guys have followed us from our other channel, hi.
Yeah.
we have another channel, and I don't know, are we gonna announce the other channel? We only have one other channel, so if they hear from that other channel, they know who they are.
Yeah.
And hi y'all. They haven't really seen us, like our faces, and they've asked to see the baby, and we will show the baby, even if we have to do a separate video. We'll do that, just so that
We'll do that
YouTube
for y'all.
doesn't get up. We'll do that for y'all. But yeah, we may talk about the other channel eventually on this channel, but I don't know. I like to keep them separate.
Yeah.
They might come out in the comments or something. That's cool too for me. Yeah, the other channel is just interesting.
Meat pies are good.
Yeah.
Meat
I'm
pies
not
are good.
really hungry today. Like, normally I'll kill this. Well, not all the meat though. I'm not a big meat eater. Like, So y'all, shoot us some comments about like things y'all want to know about us. This is our first video, so like we don't really have like a whole lot to talk about right now.
We have stories though. We do
But
have stories. We have.
mhm.
I think more and more we do, we're gonna, you know, you guys ask questions. We got a lot of funny stories. You know, real life.
We do.
We got like anybody else. We got a lot of good, a lot of bad.
Oh,
You know, we got some drunk. You know.
y'all. Man, it's not even funny. We gonna tell y'all some things that's gonna make y'all be like,
Wait, what?
what? Excuse me, what? I'm gonna say this. We see a counselor, and the counselor at our first appointment was like, you know, you two seem like a great couple. I can tell you love each other. I mean, obviously body language, you two, you know, like each other, get along pretty well. Why are you here? I said, well, it's the outside drama that has affected our relationship. Drama caused by people outside of our relationship. When I say people, I'm talking about family.
Right.
Family has caused so much drama in our relationship. And when we told the counselor, who has been counseling since the year I was born, 1985, we had him sitting at the edge of his seat, rubbing his forehead. And he was just like, you can't make this stuff up. I said, nope.
He was like, man.
That man probably,
It was like if it wasn't for y'all great foundation.
he did say that. He said, yeah, we wouldn't have made it.
Yeah, nope.
If it wasn't for God,
For God, yeah.
we wouldn't have made it. Because that's who put us together.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you, man.
I want to say, like, when we say the story about how we met and our friend is just how it was kind of weird. It was weird, you know. There's the whole thing with all that. It was like,
Yeah.
God really wanted us to meet. And
You
like,
know what?
it's crazy.
So one thing I didn't mention is I told God, you know, I want you to send the person that you feel is right for me. If you have somebody out there for me. If it's meant for me to be single, I was gonna be single. I was gonna focus on going to school, career, all that stuff. Not that you can't do both, but I just wasn't gonna worry about it. If God was like, no, my child, I want you to be single, then that's what it would have been.
Right.
I was not look. And maybe talk on the phone, chill with a few people, but it just wouldn't have been anything serious because I don't believe in forcing anything. So yeah. I was just tired of bad relationships, and obviously the people I was choosing weren't good for me. So I was like, all right, Lord, this is in your hands because I'm good. I'm done. So 2 months later is when I met him through the mutual friend. 2 months after I said that prayer, during the time that me and the ex-boyfriend were on a break. Got back with the ex-boyfriend before meeting him, met him, got real cool with him. Really thought he was a cool, really special, like, I don't know, something about him that I was very, like, intrigued by, but very faithful.
I like messing with them. But anyway, go ahead.
But we were both very faithful and did not even test those waters until, and even after. So we met March of 2007. I ended up breaking up with my boyfriend in April. That's another story time. What I found and what made me break up with him. It wasn't infidelity, but you know. Never mind. It wasn't infidelity, but we broke up. Is that only pertaining to marriage?
What infidelity? I don't know. It's a good question. To be honest, it's a good question.
Anyway, it wasn't cheating, but you know, I'll tell y'all in another story time. What I found that made me break up with my ex-boyfriend. So we broke up, and then in May they broke up, and then we didn't date until November. We started dating November 2007. Got married November 2011. 11.
Yep.
So anyway, what was I saying? Oh, the reason I knew is because I had a dream that we were getting married. God showed me a dream, and I feel like the way God communicates with me is through visions and dreams. So, and then his grandmother at the time was not doing well. You want to talk about that story? How did you know?
I knew like my grandmother, she wasn't doing too well, and no, they didn't really know. It was kind of up in the air about how much time she had left and stuff like that. Me and my grandmother was real cool because once my dad passed when I was 9, you know, my mom worked 2 to 3 jobs, so we pretty much stayed with my grandmother majority of the time, you know. So me and her got real cool. So it's like I always valued her opinion and her views, and you know how old school people, they be like, I just gotta lay my eyes on them, you know how they do. So, but she was very sick.
You gotta repeat that because you know our accents.
Right. Go ahead.
He said, I gotta lay my. What'd you say?
Lay my eyes.
So he said his grandmother says, I gotta lay my eyes on them. So like.
Yeah, like
the
my grandmother.
People?
Yeah, like I had a friend or anybody, like, you know, at old school, they'll be like, they could just see a person or meet a person for the first time, and they could kind of, like, I don't know, they get a vibe, they could just tell whether they're a good person, a genuine, they fake. She was real good at it. Mm-hmm. So she, like I said, she was doing best, so she wasn't really speaking anymore or anything and stuff. So even though me and her was together, they never like truly sat down and met, talked, or she never laid her eyes on her, you know, like how she would say. So I remember when I was in the room after I had class, I went to see her, so me and her were just talking. You know, I was just talking to her. And I know she could hear me, you know, she couldn't speak back, but, and I was just talking to her, you know, just how we normally were talking. I was like, man, I met this girl, I really like her. Like, you know, I want you to lay your eyes on her, you know, I want you to, you know, let me know what you think about her, you know, because I always value my grandmother's opinion. And I didn't let her know that, but like, after I had that conversation with my grandmother, no, you had it, I'm sorry, you, well, how many days you got?
I don't know.
I don't remember. I just remember when you said you had a dream.
I didn't know he had that conversation with his
I
grandmother.
know. I never told anyone,
at the
you know, what we
hospital.
talked about, or I never told her that.
Never told me anything.
Yeah.
And I ended up having a dream, like a few days later, that I was sitting in a room with his grandmother and his mom, and I don't remember who else was there. But me and his grandmother were like, his mom was introducing me to his grandmother, and she and I were like just talking and laughing and getting along like really well. And I knew that I couldn't really meet her in that way. I probably should have gone in the room and at least introduced myself and talked to her. But I guess I didn't want to take up the family's time because I felt like I didn't know how much time she had left. And so I almost I wanted them to have that time to bond with her and me as like the new girlfriend, not really be in the way taking up that time. You know what I mean? Especially, you don't know how much time somebody has left. Like, I just felt like, who am I to go in there and take up her last days or hours or minutes? We didn't know when she was gonna go.
Right.
Somebody she doesn't know. Like, who am I to do that? I guess, I don't know. That's how I felt. So I just felt like that time should have been like for the family. So I never went in there. I didn't know he had that conversation with her. When he would go visit her, I would kind of just like wait out in the waiting room and then just kind of be there for support for him.
He was always there, yeah.
Like in some type of waiting area, probably, yeah. So, but I ended up having that dream. And then I told him I had the dream. And then you still didn't even tell me you had that conversation. I didn't find out until years later that he had that conversation with his grandmother.
It was like confirmation for me, guys. It was like, it was like, man, you know, I hadn't told nobody. I hadn't told nobody. Just me, my grandmother, and God. That's the only people knew we had that conversation. And like when she told me she had it, I was like, oh, for real? Like, man, that's good. I said, man, that must mean she approved. You know, I was like, you know, like, man, I just knew when I just talked to my grandmother about like how I wanted that okay, you know, like she's a, you know, she's good, like, you know. So it's like, man, when I had that, like, that was confirmation for me, and I was like, oh yeah, like this girl's special.
You knew I was. You knew I was special in that first conversation.
You know, like I said, at that time when we met, and we were like, man, we both cool. Like I said, I didn't know how she felt with me. I didn't know how I truly felt about her, but like we were just cool. And it was like when we both broke up with who we was with, then we still stayed cool. It was like it just grew into something. Like I respected that about her, but I never like was the type of person to like. Oh man, yeah, to like, man, she got a boyfriend, man, you know. Oh man, my stuff going bad on my end. So yeah, she cool. I was never. We both wasn't that type of like.
I wouldn't have even respected him if he would have came at me while he had a girlfriend, and I definitely wouldn't have had respect for him if he came at me while I had a boyfriend. That's why I had so much respect for him, because I would see other girls like try to talk to him while he was dating that girl, and they were good-looking girls, and I would hear things and see, you know, and he never once cheated on that girl, even though it was long distance, even though it was this. So I was like, okay, that's a good dude, because I know some of the dudes that like our age at the time, they wouldn't have, you know, they would have did all kind of stuff because they would have figured, okay, the girl doesn't know.
Right.
So I did respect that about him, and if he was that type, we would not be together right now, trust me, because like I said before, I was in some trifling relationships and I did not want another one. So no.
So I'm making sure the camera's still going.
And I didn't believe. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it was cut off last time on us.
And then my parents, bro, like my parents' relationship didn't work out due to like cheating and stuff on my dad's part. So like,
that's a big thing for you.
Knowing how, even though it wasn't a marriage in my situation or his situation at the time, knowing how a person, watching my mom go through that, like I could never be the side chick. Like, bro, no. You already know how I am. Like, if I ain't number one, I don't want to be nothing. I'm not trying to be. And the reason I say, there was this guy I was cool with in high school, and I was like, you know, we kind of liked each other at the time, and I was like, you know, we had our moment where we decided to be friends, and then I don't know, it came full circle, and we were like talking again, like, you know, kind of hanging out, and I was like, yeah, you know, you want to give it a try? Because we never did date. So I was like, you want to see what's up? You know, I still like you and all that. And he was like, oh, man, I like you too, but I met this girl, and, like, I really like her too. And, like, no, I don't know what I want to do, and can you just give me some time to decide? I'm like, yeah, cool, all right. I don't play that. You made your decision right there. Like, I was still cool with old boy. I got to see him. Oh, hey, what's up? Hug and everything. But I ended up dating somebody else. So when he found out, oh dang, I just talked to her like not that long ago. What you mean she have a boyfriend? Boy, I'm not about to play with you and wait for you to decide if you like me or another girl. What the heck? What I look like? What I look like waiting for you to decide if you like me or somebody else? If I'm not your number one, if you don't know that you like me, I don't want to be anything at all. We can be friends. That's what we were. Right. So I see him, hey friend, but I had a boyfriend after that. Well, no, I was in high school, so I'm not even one stunt. Like about a week later, I had a boyfriend. And I wasn't even the type of person that had to be in a relationship. The guy, literally, like I met him not long after that, and then like he asked me to be his girlfriend really fast, and at first I wanted to say no, but like we just really vibed. So I was like, all right, cool. I don't know, something about these Pisces men, like they just intrigued to the Sagittarius. You see how I turned that around, huh?
Wow.
He thought I was about to say something good about him.
Girl say Pisces. Yeah, Team Pisces. You know, that's me. Like, she been saying that.
We're not even supposed to be compatible, apparently. Sagittarius and Pisces. I don't know what works. Fish shack. I don't know how it wouldn't work. I guess it's supposed to fizzle out. Water sign, fire sign. We're supposed to.
Like I said, I don't know. Like we.
To me, that's how you see me.
We never. That's how we used to be back in the day, guys. I swear, like.
We going there? What you mean?
What?
Wait, now don't talk too much on the first video.
No, man, I'm saying like. Like just clowning around like all we would clown all night. Just some people be like, even sometimes to this day, some of my friends might be like, oh man, how y'all still get clown and talk about like past relationships or other guys, girls, and like y'all don't get mad. Exes, like, nah, we'll laugh, clown. I might clown her about some stuff. She'll clown me about some stuff. And we're just like we can, like it's just crazy. Like people like how we joking, like So
Cause it's like
crazy.
I feel like we're secure. We haven't given each other a reason not to trust. So, like, if I see a girl, okay, I'm gonna be honest. I got mad at him one time because I was pregnant with our first child, and this girl passed by and she was fine, and I felt like a water buffalo at the moment because my stomach was big, like real big, and he told me she was in his line of vision. When he turned to look for the crock pots, it was a Black Friday sale, and I saw him looking in that direction, and supposedly she passed in his line of vision. But his head turned. Now, ladies, y'all know, you got eyes, I got eyes. We gonna see if somebody fine walk by, but you better not turn your head.
Count her syllables.
You better not turn your head. That's disrespectful. And I'm very much a show you better than I can tell you type of person. That boy said, I didn't turn my head to look at her. I was looking for the crock pots and she was in my line of vision. And so was her big booty. But you know what? I'm going to show you better than I can tell you type of person. So every fine man that I saw after that, I'd be like, ooh, he fine. We be in the mall, I'd be like, ooh, that dude fine. I'd be pissing him off. Like, bro, I had that dude so mad. He was like, okay, I'm sorry. That's not what I was doing, but I'm sorry. I get it. Oh, he was so mad. I was on Facebook liking pictures of these model dudes in like boxes, in Speedos. You liking pictures of people in their drawers? I got family on Facebook that see that and you liking pictures. I'm like, they in my line of vision. Feel me? But my thing, I was very self-conscious at the time, man, because when I met him, I was snatched and then got pregnant, and I felt my nose was big. I looked like a treasure trove, and it was all swollen, and I just wasn't happy with how I was looking. And he gonna turn his head and look at a girl. First of all, you got me like this, sir. Like you were the reason I was.
I'm the only reason.
You were the reason
100% me.
that I was.
This one's not 50-50.
You were the reason that I was in the condition that I was in. So I felt like if he was gonna look at somebody, like if she was gonna pass and he noticed, okay, cool. But you don't turn your head.
I did not turn my head. It's Black Friday, guys. Like, it's packed, and we're at Walmart. Come on, everybody that been at Walmart at Black Friday know how crazy it is. And we was looking for crock pot, whatever sale. Like, it's so crazy, bro. Like, people everywhere.
That's what he said.
Bro, people
to this
everywhere.
Day, you agree to disagree. But I'm the type of person, like, if I don't mind you glancing or whatever, like, you human, you're gonna see somebody's attractive, but don't turn your head. Not with me next to you.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not next to you, I feel like don't give somebody the power to believe that. Don't give somebody the impression that they have the power to take you away from me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. I'm not going to give another guy the impression that they have the power to take me away from him. No other man is going to know that I find him attractive. I keep my game face. I could be like, but I'll keep my game face on.
Right.
Like, the guy will never know if I find him attractive because it's not his business. Because I'm married. Like, nobody needs to know or feel that they have the opportunity to move in to our relationship. Like, no, it's like this, not like this. So anyway, now there have been times we've been places together and I'm like, God, leave that girl got a big booty. I'm attracted to men, but there have been times you see somebody, and even as a woman, you're like, my goodness, like I do admire another female with a nice physique. I'll be like, man, make me go home and do some squats, I remember one time, no, for real. But so sometimes I'll point it out. Like I feel like we can joke like that. We can joke and point stuff out to each other. Well, he don't point nothing out to me. But like we joke and stuff like that. But that was the one time, because I'm not a jealous person. That's that one time that I was just like, no. But like I said, I was pregnant. I was self-conscious, and I could have sworn he turned his head to look at that girl, but he said no. The world will never know.
That's the truth, I'm telling you.
Okay. So yeah, what else do you want to talk about? Are we wrapping it up? Cause I'm not hungry.
Yeah, as you see, guys, I didn't clean my
Well, we're not gonna ramble too much. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. There will definitely be much more.
Oh yeah.
This is kind of like an impromptu for the moment. Let's get the kids to sleep real quick. Yeah, but we'll have
suggestions,
any suggestions or anything you want to see us eat. We will definitely have more stories for y'all.
Yeah, we like trying different places. Like I say, I started eating this Greek food when I met her.
Yep.
She used to eat it, you know, when she was in college. I'm like, what? I never, you know me. I'm McDonald's, Burger King, stuff like that. She was never. Hey, I love it.
We like trying different things out,
Yep.
and also we're from Louisiana, so I mean sometimes I might cook a gumbo and we might
we might
do some
home.
I might
Yeah,
do
do
some
some
crawfish etouffee. I might
home
look.
cooked
The girl
meals.
be,
Yeah.
the girl be throwing it down in
Yeah.
the kitchen. So let us know if you guys have any suggestions, any questions for us. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back with another video shortly, or in a few weeks.
I was about to say, I'm about to head out to work.
He works 2 weeks on and is home 7 days. So he works 14/7.
So yeah, we'll probably see y'all in about 2 weeks.
Yeah. So yeah. Thank you guys for
Thanks
watching.
for watching.
Bye.